Hey there, survivors! How's it going? I'm your host, Douglas here at Drawn Blade Productions, finally bringing you another video. I know it's been quite a while since I've released a proper video, and I'm sure many of you have been wondering where I've been. And today I will be answering those questions, as well as showing you a new mask for the collection, and it has something to do with what I've been working on. The short answer as to where I've been is that I've been spending time with family and friends throughout the holidays, but really a majority of my time has been consumed by a couple of projects I've been working on. One has been the Copycat Killer Mask, which you guys have seen. Obviously that giveaway has been a whole thing that ended up unfortunately being drug out due to some legal issues with the people who are working in that haunt and working on that film. However, at this point, the giveaway has been fully done. At this point, names have been drawn on New Year's, and I believe those people, probably by the time of recording, have already received their masks. But other than that film, another one that I've been working on for quite a while now is a little project called Grimm. Grimm, or Grimm Trick or Terror, I do believe is going to be the full production title, is currently being made by someone in the Scream and Ghostface community that many of you may already know, Mr. Johnny Torrance, also known as Johnny's Collection. Johnny started working on this film a while back, and I was asked to join in partway through production to do some mask work, to do some effects work, and just to make a few different props and stuff like that, as well as to do some actual work on the film. As in appearing in the film itself. You guys will see whenever the full movie comes out. It's a little on-the-nose quick appearance, but it's in there. And there were quite a few props, masks, effect pieces that I had already finished up, I believe, like right after Halloween or right before Halloween. And then after that, Johnny decided that he wanted to add even more stuff. So I've had to sculpt some new pieces as well as make additional copies of some other stuff that was already created for the film with different purpose. And it's just been a very long, drawn-out process. I've also been doing some paintings for the movie. I should be doing the cover artwork for the film as well as the poster artwork. Keep in mind, this isn't like a big Hollywood production. This is an independent-made film made by some teenagers with a small budget and just a lot of passion. And so far, from what I've seen, it looks pretty awesome. I'm really excited to see the full thing, and I know some of the people that are involved musically and otherwise, and I think it's going to be at least a very, very cool film. And today I'm here to show you one of the pieces from the film, not currently used, but as it would arrive brand new. Here we have what is basically the face of the killer for Grimm, one of these skull masks. There are two different versions of the skull mask that are used in the film. Both versions are Be Something Studios, or now known as Zagoni Studios masks. And funny enough, this one is actually known as the Grimm Skull. This copy in particular is actually a UV copy. I believe the other ones were actually vintage copies, or at least all of them but one were vintage copies. This one is a more modern day copy. I picked this one up because it's going to be used in a scene where it gets a little bit of damage. I'll just leave it at that. So I needed a more modern day, cheaper cast to go ahead and repaint and use for that. This one does have the blacklight reactive tag here on the side. Parts of this product glow brighter when viewed under blacklight. I don't think it glows in the dark at all. I think it is just blacklight reactive, and unfortunately, I did forget to bring the blacklight with me. But just as a stock mask, these look pretty fantastic. The paint job for the ones that are used on screen is a bit different than this one, so this will get a full repaint, but the stock paintwork that they have is really top-notch. The shroud as well is actually attached to the mask in a couple of spots, and it is a nice, soft, but still kind of like durable fabric shroud. Inside, of course, you have to have an elastic strap, otherwise this thing really wouldn't stay on your head too well. Now, as for the modifications for how I make these ready for Grimm, these are completely repainted, and then instead of using the black shroud that is attached to it, we tear those off, and instead use a Halloween 3 green witch shroud. The killer has this really cool emerald colored robe, and I really like the look of it. I even suggested the name at one point, Emerald Reaper. However, that's kind of goofy, I know, but he has a completely different name, and I don't know what I can reveal. I'm trying to tell you guys a little bit about it to get you excited for it, but I don't want to reveal too much. And with a lot of the stuff that I worked on, it has to do with the demise of people or severe injury, so I can't really show you too much of that. But I felt like this would be a great mask to show you guys, talk a bit more about it, and also, it is a stock mask from Zagoni. So if I am just looking at the mask as a Zagoni product, it really is a top-notch Halloween mask. Zagoni always puts out really, really cool, stylized Halloween masks, and typically, they're pretty high quality as well, especially for the price. So if you guys are interested in keeping up with Grimm, go check out the Instagram. I will try to put that on screen now, and there will be some updates there, as well as a possible giveaway for either a screen use prop or something like that from Grimm itself. Johnny's talked about wanting to do something like that. At this point, however, it is unconfirmed, but if you're interested in that and maybe you want to see if that happens, be sure to go check that out. Outside of all the work I've been doing, making stuff for my personal collection and for the museum, making stuff for customers, and of course working on these films, I've been spending a lot of my time elsewhere. And this is something that's been going on for pretty much over a year now, but in the past few months, things have really picked up. I've been a part of a band for over a year now called Teratoma. A couple of years ago, I've done some videos with Teratoma. We had people in costumes. I talked about stage-used masks and some stuff like that that I had been given. And back then, I used to go watch the shows. I would help somewhat with like props and costumes, but I was never really a part of the band. But after spending so much time around them doing these things and becoming really invested in it and becoming more interested in it, I decided to go ahead and join full time. And for over a year now, I have been consistently, alongside the other band members, building props, costumes, some of which are very simple, some of which are massive, like massive three-headed monster, massive. So we've been consistently building monsters, working on costumes, making masks, doing different props that aren't even wearable stuff, and then of course writing and performing songs. And we've been mostly performing in like the New Orleans area, southern Mississippi, and just surrounding areas. We do venture outside of those areas, but that is primarily where we've been playing. So if you're watching this and you're in those areas and want to come see us perform, absolutely come out and have a blast with us. I don't really know how I would describe us musically. I guess kind of punk, metal, black metal, somewhere in between mix of that. As far as the stage show presence, it's very much so like Gwar, over the top, blood, guts, gore, stuff like that, but at the same time very cartoonish and lighthearted and fun. We've been doing this for so long that we have several different versions of the stage show for basically like entire tours worth of different sets of gags and stuff like that, as well as songs. The unfortunate thing is, about all of this, as much as I can tell you about the band, there's not much musically that you're going to find of us online. We still have been needing to record music, but we have been performing these shows and performing our music well enough that we're pretty confident at this point we can go ahead and get this stuff recorded. I probably won't be talking about Teratoma all the time here on the channel. I don't want it to be completely consumed with me constantly talking about the band, but that is where I'm spending a lot of my time. And honestly, guys, it's one of the things I'm most proud of in this world, not just because of getting out there and performing and how fun that is, but in general, it's a group of friends who we're all spending time together. We're all making these costumes and props. We're having a great time. We're going out there and performing. And even if the crowd hated it, we're having a blast. But usually the crowd loves it. We see all these hardcore metalheads and punks that are trying to act so tough turn into kids when they see all these costumes and props come out. And that is one of the greatest feelings in the world and something that I hope to continue doing. Outside of all that, I'm really hoping to get back to making some videos for you all. I really miss content creation, filming something, sitting down and editing it, then releasing it, seeing how much you guys enjoy it. It has really been something I've missed, but I've also really enjoyed making stuff. Hopefully we can get back into the swing of things pretty soon. I haven't really had too much coming in. I haven't been spending money on masks and props and costumes. However, as of recent, pretty much after the new year, I have scored a couple of really amazing pieces that I'm super excited to share with you all, and I can't wait to do that in the near future. With that being said, I love you all. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I greatly apologize for the time spent away. I hope this makes up for it. Anyways, love you all. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.